just like any other diseases in our body. If you can't identify the signs and symptoms, they will progress. And if you can't seek medical advice and treatment, they might kill you. Therefore, look at those signs. Identify those signs. Don't ignore them. Identify those attitude diseases that are coming up or have been there in your body and deal with them. Hi there, I hope you're doing great. My name is Jen Kageha for those who are meeting me for the first time, and thank you so much for choosing to watch this video. It's always my pleasure. In the meantime, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. You're missing a lot. I deal a lot with medicine and with people, sick people, and I thought that it is wise to look at it in terms of attitude. Now that I do a lot of motivation and encouragement about positive attitude and being happy in life, and I realize that some of these things that kill our attitude can affect our future, and I termed them as attitude diseases. They happen like any other disease. Can you imagine that you have a disease that is chronic and it might end up killing you? And if you can't notice early and get treatment, then you will end up dying because you haven't concentrated on dealing with this disease. So I'm looking at attitude diseases, and I've lined up some of them that maybe will help you and me to progress in life and be better. And one of the most common attitude diseases that I saw around with people is indecision. And indecision, this is just whereby you decide that you're not going to decide anything. You're not going to make progress. You are ready for anything. Like whatever that comes, let it just come your way. But I want to encourage you, when you can't decide for yourself, then I don't think there's somebody else who will come from outside to decide for you. So it is up to you yourself to make a decision. Decide maybe to progress in life. Decide to stop some things that make your progress go back. Decide that you're going to do better. Decide that you want to do this. And I usually tell my children, like, if you're looking at becoming this person in future, then what are you doing in between so that you reach there? You can't just jump from where you are to where you want to be without any action. So you have to decide. And these decisions that you make will matter a lot. And they won't come easily. I mean, it will be a bit hard for you. In the process, you will feel like giving up. In the process, you'll feel like it's impossible. But when you come up with a decision, that is usually the first step for you to progress. Indecision can cause a lot of confusion. In that, if, for example, somebody will tell you, let's go this way, and you just follow because you haven't decided where to go. So somebody else will come decide for you what to do. And this will make you, in fact, get very confused. And you'll find yourself that you're following each and every person wherever they go. And at the end, it will not lead you to your destiny. The second attitude disease that I gathered was doubt. And mainly here, we're looking at self-doubt. You doubt yourself so much. You don't see yourself to be any better. You have no self-worth in that you don't see yourself being greater than you are. Even if somebody tells you, like, do you know that you can have a big house or a great car, you can drive a wonderful car, and you can have a great future? You're like, no, unless there's manna from heaven. So, or unless I steal or so. So you keep on doubting yourself. You keep on seeing yourself like you can't just manage. And that usually kills a lot of progress. It makes our attitude become very negative towards progress. And that can really take us behind. Being overcautious is the third attitude disease that I saw around. You're like, what if this happens? You keep on asking yourself questions before you do something. Even if a business idea or an opportunity comes your way, you keep on doubting, like, am I going to make it? Am I going to fail? So you keep on, you're full of cautiousness in that you fear investing, you fear starting a big business, you fear venturing into a project, you fear like progressing in your education, and this just is something that takes you very much behind. Everything is risky in life. There's nothing that is not risky. Even you being born was a risk. If you marry, is a risk. Everything is a risk. So if you can't take one risk and move on, just give it a go. Just decide and say that even if I lose, then I will have learned from it. And if I succeed, it will be even better. So being overcautiousness is something that really delays people in progress. Therefore, it is a disease that can really kill you instantly. You might miss a lot of opportunities in life just being overcautious. And that is a language of the timid. It's a language of the poor. That's what I think. Because if you keep on delaying and being overcautious, others are going on. Others are trying their luck where they can, and they keep on progressing while you remain behind. The number 4 attitude disease is indifference. And you just feel you're not inspired by anything. Even if somebody comes and encourages you, even if you listen to inspirational talks, you're not just you're just there. You're indifferent. There's nothing that moves you. Even if somebody gives you good ideas, you don't think twice about them. You're there. You feel like you're comfortable. You are in the comfort zone, and therefore you are not getting out of there. They don't care. You're just there. You don't care. You don't feel like you want to move a step. You don't feel like you want to move an inch. You feel like you are just where you are supposed to be. And that is the comfort zone. Attitude disease number 5, pessimism. You want to look at the wrong side of everything and not the right side. You want to think negatively always. Whenever there's an idea that you are given, you want to look for reason that will make that idea not be good enough to be achieved. Those are people who will wake up and call the boss and say, I cannot come to work because it's raining. Or I cannot come to work because I think I don't feel well. And yet they are okay. Being a pessimist gets reason not to do something. We are affected by how we think things are. We are always affected. And whenever we think negatively, we always tend to follow the negative part of our life. Another attitude disease is complaining or whining. You keep on complaining, yet there's nothing you can change. So when you put yourself in the position of complaining, you waste a lot of time in complaining instead of thinking of something better that you can do. When you think things are not going the way you want, why can't you change them? If you can't change them, then think of another idea and not complaining. It is said in the Bible that the children of Israel kept on complaining. Yeah? And they kept on complaining instead of thanking God of what God had done for them. And finally, God became so tired and he stopped their journey. So they could not proceed. So when you keep on, before you start complaining, think first. Is it going to bring any benefit? I'm telling you, just like any other diseases in our body, if you can't identify the signs and symptoms, they will progress. And if you can't seek medical advice and treatment, they might kill you. Therefore, look at those signs. Identify those signs. Don't ignore them. Identify those attitude diseases that are coming up or have been there in your body and deal with them. I tell you, you'll be happy. Look out for part 2 of attitude diseases. There are so many. I'll be releasing them very soon. Thank you. If you haven't subscribed, please consider that. Like, comment, share, and switch on the bell so that whenever I produce my videos, you are the first one to get them. I will really appreciate. Thank you so much. Be happy.